Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So first off, I'm going to start off by saying thank you so much for all the lovely comments that you're leaving behind. They're inspiring me to keep going with this car. It's nice to see the feedback coming back and being really positive. So thank you so much for that. It's really nice. So yeah, look, I'll start off these videos by just seeing if I could get this car running in a short space of time. I gave myself 3 weeks to do it. Got it running in 2. I didn't expect it to fire up when it did, but I'm fairly happy with the progress that I've done so far. So you kind of get lost when you have a goal that, yeah, the car has to be running. And now that it is, you're kind of like, right, well, what's the next step? So for me, it's going to be sorting out the interior. The interior is filthy, but needs to be tidied up. Look, it's nothing major. But so the next thing I'm going to be doing with the car is to fit the roll cage. Now, I'm not going to just throw the roll cage into it straight away because it needs to be painted. It has been painted and stripped and painted again and sanded down and painted again over the last few years since I had the roll cage for the other Cefiro. But I have decided on what colour it's going to be going now. So the colour that the roll cage is going to be is kind of somewhat going to match what the outside of the car is going to look like eventually. There is a ton of other things that needs to be done to this car, but I'd like to bring it to someone to get them to check it over, to give their professional opinion on how good or how bad or what needs to be done with the car. It'd be nice to get it up in the air on the lift to give everything the once over. But the next step for me at the moment is the roll cage, and that's what I'm going to be doing now. Right, well, it definitely took a hell of a lot longer than what I had planned for it to do, but I have all of the roll cage now sanded down. Now, I know there's still little bits of paint left on it from when time it was painted before, but I never intended to take absolutely every single spot of paint off it. I just wanted to get it as flat as possible. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting a coat of primer over everything, let that harden. I'll wet and sand that down a slight bit for when I'm going to actually be painting with the next one. But no, I'm happy enough with this. It would have been nice to get everything off it, but this is what we have now, and the next stage is to paint it, get it primered and paint. Right, so another day, gonna paint the roll cage. The only problem is that it's kind of raining, which isn't ideal for painting because there's a bit of excess moisture in the air, but look, there's nothing much I can do because I was looking at the weather forecast. It's due to get worse over the next few weeks, so look, there's not much I can do. So what I'm going to do is hang the roll cage from the roof, and then I'm just going to mask up all around the place to make sure no overspray goes where it's not supposed to. And yeah, we'll just get cracking on getting this baby ready to paint. Right, so it's feeling somewhat a little bit cozy in here. I just hope that the wind doesn't pick up because my sheet is kind of blowing in the wind. So I've had to put bits of timber all around the place to stop the plastic from blowing on it because I don't want it to hit off this after having painted. So before I put any primer on it, the key thing for me to do first is to degrease everything, to make sure everything is properly clean before I do it. I really hate this job, but look, has to be done. Right, so I have the first coat finished off the primer. Sorry, first coat, I'm only doing one coat of primer. It hasn't turned out too bad. Now I do have a couple of runs on this bar here, so I'm going to want to try and flatten them out before I actually paint it again. Right, I'm not sure if you can see it there, but I have a run here, I have a run there. Actually that run went on like down a good bit, down to about there. Oh lord, there's runs everywhere on this one. Actually there's a good few runs all over. Like, I'm not a painter by trade, so like it's not my main skill. But I didn't do too bad of a job. I do have a couple of runs here and there now that I'm looking at them. What I'll do is I'll wait for them to dry fully, and I'll do a wet and dry 320 on them again, just lightly flatten it down a little bit. I will do another coat of primer on them, and then I'll do the next coat of paint. Like, I would like to get the paint all done and dusted today, but like I don't have a booth. It is warm enough in here, but it'll probably, I'm going to leave it a day to dry out fully, and then we'll come back at it tomorrow morning and we'll give it another go at it, and then we'll see how we get on. Well, we're back, we're finished with the roll cages painted. Now you're going to have to forgive me, I forgot my tripod, so I have the different camera today. I left the tripod at home and I wasn't turning around to go back to get it. So, but anyway, look, the roll cage is painted. I'm just going to leave it for today and let it dry off fully before I go and install it into the car. But I'm really happy with how it has turned out. Yes, pink to make the boys wink. I think it looks deadly. There I have a little bit of kind of a pink flake that is running through it, which probably won't ever be noticed, but I'm happy enough with how it's have to turn out, except for the run. We have a run in the paint here, but it's at the top and it probably won't ever be noticed, but I notice it, which is annoying. But no, I think it's cool. I do like it. And here's me pole. But here's me pole. Anyway, look, I'm happy enough how she's have to turn out, and she's done and she's dusted. Floor is a little sticky from the lacquer. It's like I'm in a brothel or something. But no, everything is cool, and yeah, it's done and dusted. So the next step would be to obviously fit this into the car, but it's not going to be done today because I want to leave these overnight. It's actually a really nice day outside, so she's going to she'll bake away nicely inside in here in the little shed, and she'll be fully dry. Now she's touch dry, but still don't want to go and risk putting it into the car. But look, that is all for this episode of the Joe Show. But Joe Show. This is all for today. So anyway, look, I'm glad that everyone is following these videos and that you're enjoying what this little mad little thing that I call the channel is. But anyway, look, I'll be back with more. Who knows what I'm going to get up to now, because they're all going to plan lockdown finishes today, and I'll be back in work next week. But sure, we'll find out what happens. But anyway, look, I'll be back. Leave a comment below, let me know what you reckon. Do you like the colour? I love it, I think the colour is deadly. But anyway, look, that's all for today, and we'll be back with more again.